Okay.
Sashi Kuki Jukshin Meto Cham Rira Lingshin Yende Yembagi Sangye Shindu Mite Uwagi Dokun Namdak Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamiyatayami Sangye Judam Soki Chodam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Yapsuchi Dagi Junye Gipe Sunamki Dola Benchir Sangye Tuparsho Sangye Chudan Soki Chognam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Junyen Gipe Sunamki Dola Benchir Sangye Juparsho Sangye Chudan Soki Chognam La Jamchu Bardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Dagi Junyen Gibe Sunamki Dola Benchir Sangye Juparsho.
Wow, 120 to 17. You win.
Oh yeah?
You do.
By the way, we were talking about the correct pronunciation of mantras. And we fixed a lot of them in a special trick, which I'll teach you some other day. Okay. I think we're at Detar Chaktala. Am I right? Did we just finish?
You just bow down to meditation.
Yeah. Okay. Detar Chaksavala Gapa Yate. There's a gupa. Careful, only word really knows what this. Yeah, there's a point, not necessity, right? There's a reason why Vasubandhu will bow down to who? Manjushri, was it? Was it Manjushri? Yeah, down to Manjushri at the beginning of this book, okay? Because now we start from the end of the sentence back here, okay? It is yin, che means because, shepa, the reader should understand that Tenchadi, this book, this classical commentary, konsatok means included into, okay? It's included into the Dana, what's the Sanskrit?
Dana.
Pitaka.
Oh,
Pitaka. Okay? Prenasal. Turn your tongue back.
Pitaka.
Pitaka. I would like to have a tea today. Thank you very much. If you want to sound like an Indian, just curl your tongue back. Pitaka. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Thank you very much. Mr. Modi. Okay. So, Pitaka, what happens if you have three of them? Tripitaka. Okay, that's a bad pronunciation. Tripitaka. So there are three baskets of scripture, right? All the Buddhist teachings were supposed to be put into three baskets. They are called
Abhidharma.
Start from the lowest.
Vinaya. Sutra.
Abhidharma.
Abhidharma.
And Abhidharma. And they are
Abhidharma.
divided by subject matter of the three extraordinary trainings. So which goes with which?
Morality is
Well, that's the easy one.
Concentration.
Morality is the basket of Vinaya.
Concentration. The sutta basket is concentration.
Yeah, Sutra is supposed to be the basket of meditation, and then Abhidharma is supposed to be the basket of what?
The pen.
Excuse me. Now, that meaning of Abhidharma is not the same as Abhidharma Kosha. So you have to learn that Abhidharma has different contexts. when somebody says, does this fit into Abhidharma or not, you have to say, you talking about the Pitaka or are you talking about the school? You see? Because it's not the same thing. Okay? So there's a reason why we bow down to Manjushri, because we want the reader to know that this book is included into the Pitaka of Abhidharma. Okay. Meaning its subject matter is supposed to be
Wisdom.
like
Emptiness.
wisdom. Okay? Yeah. Okay. And who made up this rule that of those three correlations? If you're going to write a book about Abhidharma, then you should bow down to Manjushri. Who made this rule?
Chigyam.
Ngungi Keche.
In days of old.
The days of old, the command of the king in the days of old. I was thinking how cool it is that you're all at the same place in your different books. Basically, you're all at this point. From there, it's gonna,
Split off.
blow up. But for a couple of days, you're on the same subject. Okay? And it's interesting to see the differences. What didn't he explain? What didn't he say was the reason? Gyaltsabje's text.
The karma.
He said it so that I will have the merit to finish this book.
Yeah, and he doesn't mention it.
Right.
Okay, he
That was
doesn't mention it. There was another reason, I forget.
in which.
To show
You're so holy
in
that you
accordance with the
you
Yeah.
bow.
Kind of to show that you're a
one of the
respectable person.
Yeah.
Right.
There was another one, I think. Anyway,
That was the only two in Gyaltsabje's.
there was three in somebody else's book.
Guess I was Kongsu took because.
This GTOG always means included into or incorporated by. Okay, and Kongsu just means into that thing, or into that body. Okay. is enumerated among, is included in the Pitta. So if you bow down to Manjushri, the ancient command of the king was if you write a book about wisdom, the basket of Abhidharma, then you should bow down to Manjushri at the beginning. And everybody will know from who you bow down to that it's a book about the basket of Abhidharma. Okay,
What about it's a book that includes all of them?
then you do Buddhism, Bodhisattvaism.
Oh.
That's the Upper Sutras, though, I think.
But normally they pick one. What's the most important thing? Normally they'll pick one. Okay. Nipala. Now he got to the book itself. He finished the front matter. Okay. Secondly, Tenjila Jubeyenla Dang Shunging no Shenigin Dungun and Shepa Tarchimitsusum. 3 parts to the book itself. Okay. Isn't that what it was? What's the second one?
It's the first one.
I don't know which second this is. Yikes. Yeah, we're all the way back here. You have to keep track of which second one he's talking about. It goes back to here. First we're going to front matter, back matter, and the actual book, the book itself, Shumidun. So he's reached the actual book down here. The actual text itself has 3 parts itself. Now he's not talking about the 3 parts of this commentary, he's talking about the 3 parts of the Abhidharma Kosha. Okay, so first one is Tenju La Jupe Yenlak. Components, Anga, right? Singang, Yenlak. Yenlak is one of your most important words in your life now, because there are 12. Okay, it means link. It means link. But here it means the section where we are starting off on our explanation. Jukpa means to enter. The classical commentary. So the section where we sort of warm up, or we first start getting into the text. Okay. Secondly, Shungi Dunga, the actual meaning of the whole text. And then Shepa Tarchimbe Tsul, the manner in which we come to a conclusion of the explanation.
Tarchin.
Sum. And don't read Sul Sum.
The 3 ways. Don't see it as the 3 ways.
You have to pause between Sul and Sum. Why? Who could tell me why?
Because that sum is.
What's Susum?
Oh,
It's the Mahayana, the Hinayana, and the Vajrayana.
It's the definition of a good reason.
Tsusun.
Oh.
Tsusun dupa
Fulfills the
dayalakitsini.
three
They do kutsusun dupa.
three tests.
Yeah, the three tests.
Totsunima.
That which fills the three tests in Buddhism is the definition of a good reason. So if you misphrased it, it's called phrasing. Don't say tsusum, say tsul. Sum.
Yeah.
Okay. If you phrase it wrong, you're in trouble.
Same spelling but different.
Yeah, exactly same spelling, same words.
Oh.
But if you don't pause,
Yeah.
it's another word.
Oh.
Susum.
Mm.
Susum is a logic term.
Yeah.
Sul sum is what we have here.
The agigui kind of helps, right, Geshe? Like
The who?
Jinpei. The
Yeah, that no. You can have a
Because it.
dupcha dupe susum,
Uh,
which proves at a certain point.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, things that Master Vasubandhu does before he starts the main book are 4. Okay? Number 1, chupa jupa, the offering of praise, meaning he's going to bow down to somebody. Okay? Because the prostration we just had was by the, was by the translator.
Yeah.
So I misstated it. It's by the translator. Okay. From what language into what language?
From Sanskrit to Tibetan.
Yeah, good. Okay. So first, Vasubandhu is gonna do his prostration. Then Sambarta Chawa, very famous.
Should
Oh,
make a promise.
they
We
can
had
pledge
it-
to compose the work.
Yeah, he's gonna promise to compose the work. In Xiaoping's text, where did we see Damcha and what special meaning did it have? Dee, dee, dee.
It was the.
Damsi.
Yeah, well, it's a pledge.
That was Damsi.
Oh, the Om.
Yeah, it was in the discussion of Om. How did Tsongkhapa gloss it? Dee, dee, dee,
If I
dee.
own, I will
Go then.
surely.
Oh, if you do you'll be like Vajradhara if you...
No.
So it's like
Well, that was
it's the tip of the when the.
no. Tsongkhapa's explanation. You're talking about
Top of the
Muchidambada's
flagpole.
explanation.
Oh, sorry.
Tsongkhapa's explanation was that the word pledge means Om starts a mantra.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Okay. According to Tsongkhapa, the word pledge in the ancient Tantra about the word Om means this is how. By the way, I found my essay about Om. I
Yeah.
did it for a very generous sponsor I had many, many years ago, and I didn't give it to anybody. I just gave it to him.
Cool.
So if you want, I talk to Gigi.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jim.
thanks.
She found it. I lost it.
We all tell it
So first, bow down to somebody, offering a praise. Second, promise to compose the book. Third, Ngumbe Tsenden. He's going to explain the literal meaning of the word Abhidharma Kosha. Okay. Here it's short, he said the meaning of Abhi. The meaning of the name Abhi. But he means Chungumba Zuki, Siklor Chipa. Abhidharma Kosha Karnika. He's going to explain the literal meaning.
We explained it before, right?
And he's going to do it again. So Vasubandhu's going to do it.
Oh, before it was. Oh, Chulinan.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Chulinan.
And Vasubandhu's explanation is quite sexy. Okay, and Sampa Gopa, he's going to justify why he's writing this book. Sampa means write a book. Compose, literally. Gopa means why is he doing it? What's his goal? Does he hope to accomplish by writing this book? These are 4 traditional preliminaries, okay? And she means 4. There are 4. Okay, she, Viji,
The last word?
yeah.
Oh, she.
Okay. Now, Choni Lama says, if I'm going to present how Vasubandhu did his bow downs, his kowtow, at the beginning of the book, the first thing I'm going to do in each case is he's cool. He's not usual. He says, I'm going to supply you with the
Original.
The root
Verse,
text.
yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to the Abhidharma Kosha and he puts it in his commentary,
Oh,
which
that's
is
cool.
very Western approach. And that's kind of why I appreciate him so much. Other authors would assume that you have memorized the text, and we haven't. Okay. They'll think it's a waste of time to put the root text in here because the student should have memorized it before they come to class. Okay. Okay. but those days are gone. So Shung Dambola, the first, my explanation of Vasubandhu's offering of praise, the first thing I'm going to do is Shungupa. I'm going to give you the root text. Okay. Literally, he says, I'm going to put forth the major text, but it means I will give you the relevant parts from the ancient Sanskrit. Okay. And secondly, Dedun Shimpa. What's that
The
mean?
meaning behind the words.
I will.
Explain.
Yeah, then I'll tell you what each word means, what the meaning is. Okay.
What's the word for meaning? Do?
Dun.
Yeah, good.
In Sanskrit, artha, it can mean meaning or goal. So the prince's name was,
Siddhartha.
Siddha means achieved. Artha,
Siddhartha.
Siddha. Yeah, Siddha, Artha is Siddhartha. The prince Buddha, when he was a prince, his name was Mr. Get Things Done. Okay, Siddhartha. Okay. Kashikun namumba tenchom shin. Karwe damne doa dangzepa denshintum but de la chakta ne, but he stops at chakta. Okay, so he doesn't give you, he cuts it at 2.75 lines. Which in the Sanskrit is about 1.5 lines or something. Okay. So Choni Lama cuts it. You can see the last line is not a complete. Okay. Kanshi kun na mumba ten chom shing. 9 beats. Korwe damne dowa dongze pa. 9 beats. Dunshin tumba de la chaksa. 8. Okay.
Pretty funny.
No, it's not, because then it gets into a grammar case, and it's very clever actually. It's quite nice. Okay. Okay, so he gave you the root text. He's going on to the second thing he promised, which was to explain it. Okay. Now he says, in explaining it, I'm going to treat that in 2 parts. Very galukpa. Okay. The second part, 2 parts. The second part of the first part, the second part of the third part, of the fourth part, of the fifth part is I'm going to tell you what each word means. And then I'm going to Sukang Tachepa. Tache.
Analyze it.
It's the name of your book. Yeah. I'm going to tear it apart. I'm going to analyze each word in what? It's not philosophy, just bowing down to somebody. But Choni Lama can't help himself. Let's analyze it. Let's tear that apart. Why is he bowing down with that? What's he doing? He's going to have some argument about it. Okay.
What's the word again? Therapa.
Tachepa. Ta-da-byad. Ta-da-byad. Okay. Tachepa. Okay. So first I'm going to tell you the meaning of the words of his bow down. And secondly, we're going to have some debate about it. We're going to analyze it. Okay, got it? Damboni, here's the first. Even the first one he presents in the form of a logical statement, a syllogism. Syllogism means a formal logical statement. Okay. In English, you say Aristotle is a man. All men are thinking things. Therefore, Aristotle is a thinking thing. That's it. That's Western logic from Aristotle. But in Buddhism, which came in around the same time, we say, consider Aristotle, he's a thinker because he's a man. We give the thing, we say what we want to prove, and we say something that everybody accepts. Okay, got it? So, here's the Chuchen, here's the example. Lopan Yingnian Chuchen. So, Adam's going to be our pronunciation expert on debates. Lopan Yingnian Chuchen. Yeah, you go. You go like this. Chuchen. Okay, like Chuchen. Okay, let's take Master Vasubandhu. Then he's going to assert something about Master Vasubandhu that maybe we don't understand. He's going to say something about Vasubandhu, and then he's going to give us a reason why he said that. He might say, take Master Vasubandhu. He's from India because he was born in West India. Okay, something like that. Okay. And I'll split it here for you. Okay. there is a reason, Yutsenyu, right? There is a reason why he, okay, and again the pronoun like he, she, it, they, in Tibetan, universal pronoun in ancient books is kyu, which literally means nowadays you. Okay.
The first word?
Yeah, kyu. Okay. So nowadays if you hear kyu it means hey you. But in ancient scripture it means it, he, she, them, they, theirs. Okay.
Or
it
you,
depends.
right?
Or you, yeah. Okay, but not ever me. Okay. Anyway, there's a reason, Gyutsenyu, why he, Tokmar, at the beginning, Tsongbe, of composing, Tenjudi, this classical commentary. Classical commentary usually means it came from India and wasn't written by Buddha. Okay. If you translate Tenjus, you get
Sungbun?
Tenja Gyurwa,
Oh,
Oh, thank you.
and you can shorten that to Tengyur.
Tengyur.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the word Tengyur in our database is the traditional word for all the commentaries written in India. The full form is Tenchu Gyurwa, Shastra. Okay, Tenchu Gyurwa, meaning not spoken by a Buddha. So where do you put Maitreya's 5 books? That's another question. They happen to be in the Tengyur. Okay, that's another story.
10th level Bodhisattva.
Kyuki Tenju Ditsombe Tomar, at the beginning of his book, Tumba Sangye Karshikla, to a certain Buddha. Karshik. Okay, this Karshik is not the conjunction.
Okay.
It just means a certain Buddha. Okay, Karshikla, Chaksawa, bow down, Yutsen Yute. There's a reason. So the sentence says, consider Vasubandhu, consider Master Vasubandhu. By the way, again, it's impolite to refer to any Buddhist teacher as
Naked.
Senjamba. Yeah, he shouldn't say here Yignian Chuchen.
Right.
He has to see Lao She. You know, consider the master, Acharya. Okay. There's a reason why he bows down to a certain Buddha at the beginning of his book. Why? He's gonna give 3 reasons, which are pretty much all the ones we've had so far. And that's why I brought it up, actually. Reason number 1, why he bows down to the Buddha at the beginning of his book, a Buddha at the beginning of his book. Rang Ni Dampe Jepa Lang Tumba. He wants to tumba.
To offer.
Tumba. Tumba. Yeah, he wants to keep with this custom. He wants to honor. He wants to be in accord with this custom of the Dampas.
Kadampas?
No, Tampa.
Oh, Tampa.
The holy.
The holy ones. Yeah. Rangni means he himself. He wants to follow the tradition of the holy ones. Okay? Holy people always bow down to a teacher before they start something. Good people always bow down to a teacher before they start something. That's the first reason why he has a prostration. Second reason, Sunam Pewa.
Okay, virtue.
This is the verb that's used in the second law of karma, by the way.
To grow
Nature
virtue.
power. Yeah, he wants to
Cultivate.
increase his good karma.
Which word?
Sunam means good karma. What's the Sanskrit for sunam?
Oh.
Is it punya? Let me see. I don't remember.
Punya, apunya.
By the way, we have a beautiful Sanskrit dictionary right here. You should learn to use it.
Vajra.
Well, it is punya, but I'm just trying to find you an easy one. Here it is, punya. Okay. Punya. Okay. Punya. Punya. Punya is like a retroflex. You are understanding? Okay. He wants to. He wants to increase his good karma.
Would that be accumulate or would that be a different word?
That would be sak or tsok. It'd be one of the variations on sak or tsok. So that would imply bringing components together, and power would imply he wants to expand his karma bank account. And he wants to shiva any purchase.
Pacify any obstacles.
Yeah, this shiva means to put to rest.
Interesting.
He wants to kill any parche. Parche means interruptions, obstacles like evil spirits, get sick during your work, meet a girlfriend who doesn't like you to come to retreats. It happened to one of my students recently. He said, I can't come to retreat. I said, why? He said, my girlfriend doesn't like it. That's a parche. Okay. Shiva means peace, right? Shanti, shanti, shanti.
Oh, ZHI.
Yeah, Shiva. ZH, pronounced Shah. Low tone. Shiva. We could have had an SH with a down arrow or something, but it's too complicated. Shiva. He wants to put to rest any obstacles to Tsomba, to his composing this classical commentary. Senjutsu Mipache Shiva. So he wants to create enough good karma to head off any potential problems. Like he gets sick, seriously sick, or there's a war in his country, or somebody in authority says you can't do that. He wants to stop that. So he bows down. Okay. Which kind of, to me, goes under the second one.
Increase
Good
virtue.
karma.
Yeah. Okay, right?
Right.
And in fact, the other author said, I want to make enough good karma that I don't get an interruption. You see what I mean? One of the other authors glued these two together. But that's okay. I'll teach you another one. Different strokes for different folks.
Different what?
Strokes for different folks.
Oh.
Commentary.
Different strokes for different folks.
It's Navy system.
It means everybody likes different way, Everybody can do their own way.
Stroke.
Mao Zedong said, let 10,000 flowers
Okay, everyone's
bloom or
right.
something like that. Right?
Sorry.
Mao Zedong said, let 10,000 flowers bloom. It means let everybody do their own thing. At one stage in his life, he's
Never heard that before.
he did, but then they changed.
Okay.
They erased it
Okay.
from history.
百花齐放。哦，这样翻。他说百花齐放，每个人可以。
Oh, right.
Yeah.
百花齐放。
I don't know. What do they call it in Chinese, actually?
百花齐放, 100 flower blossom together.
Yeah, okay. Everybody should try to do their own thing.
And the earliest known reference I'm finding, unfortunately, is Sly and the Family Stone. I think it's before that. But it's cool.
Okay, let's keep going.
Thanks, man.
Uh,
I want that to be it.
okay, Nanny has another syllogism.
The whole thing? The whole
Oh,
thing?
wow.
Well, let's see if we can let's split it easily. Okay, when you're starting translating, it's good to cut.
Yeah.
Oops.
Wow. Where are we cutting?
The next syllogism.
Somebody choose.
Well, we're gonna make it super easy. Okay, we're gonna cut it here. Did you have a question, Chelsea?
Yeah. If it is in the point, you cut it, or if it is the same paragraph, you still cut it?
Points are a good place to. Depends on how good a translator you are.
For me, I have to cut.
Let's do it this way because it has 3 parts. Even the author says it has 3 parts. Okay. Sangye de che chen, which means what?
Consider that Buddha.
Good. He said that. God bless you. He said, consider that Buddha. Okay, that one he bowed down to. Punsan sopa sum mate. Na is an ancient word for den.
Oh,
See?
He possesses.
yeah.
Okay, na is an ancient word for possesses. He possesses 3 kinds of punsan sopa.
Perfection.
Yeah, perfections. That's real perfection. Okay, not bolo bolo migo. So punsok or punsam sopa. We have a monk in New York. His name is Punsok. My teacher gave me the word punso. It's one of the meanings of atisha. And it means perfect. So he's perfect in 3 ways.
The first word is punsun soka.
Yeah, this is an idiom.
Oh.
Punsum sopa. You can shorten it to punso.
Oh.
Punsum sopa means he has 3 kinds of excellence or 3 kinds of perfection. Okay. And by examining these 3, Choni Lama's gonna fit in the whole Baodo. So we gotta talk about that. Which means we better go back to the verse first, okay? Let's go back here. Okay, I'm gonna just show you how I would translate it, okay? I bowed down to that. To the one has completely destroyed the darkness over all things, and who leads things out of the swamp. To that teacher who teaches things. Well, I'd say to that teacher who teaches things as they are. And personally, I like. Sorry, who teaches? Sorry. Yeah. I like this kind of short stuff. Personally, this is how I translate poetry. And yeah, it's not an exact number of lines, or it's kind of a recitation poetry. I bow down to the one who has completely destroyed the darkness over all things, and who leads beings out of the swamp of the cycle of pain to that teacher who teaches things as they are, or something like that. I'm not saying you have to use this. But we need to do that before we can go to the commentary, okay? So you do it your own way.
Do we have to make it bold? Like
yeah, you should. Yeah. Sometimes I even put it. Sometimes I might even use the middle thing. You see? That's kind of nice. Sometimes. Up to you. Okay. So that's the opening lines of the Abhidharma Kosha. Okay, those are the opening lines of the Abhidharma Kosha. Before he gets into the meaning, he bows down to the teacher. Okay, now we go down to. He has 3. He's perfect in 3 different ways. Okay. He has in Buddhist philosophy. It's called Bangba Punsok, Topa Punsok, and Chinne Punsok. Okay? So you can summarize it in your own mind that way. He has Bangba Punsok, he has Topa Punsok, and he has Chinne Punsok. Okay? Sometimes it's only the first 2. Okay? He has, so I'm going to just give you the 3, and then we'll describe them. First one, Bangba Punsok.
He's gotten rid of
He's
everything.
perfect in what he got rid of. Okay? He got rid of things perfectly. He's perfect in his, you can't say it this way, but eliminations. He's perfect in what he got rid of. Okay? Okay. Secondly, he's perfect in what he realized, Topa. Okay? So first thing means he got rid of bad qualities. Perfectly. Second one, he understands perfectly. Third one, Chinne Punsok. What's Chinne? Down here.
Oh, it's like private advices.
It's like a teacher's kindness.
It's the honorific word for actions.
But so it's the actions of your teacher.
Oh, yes, you took a yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a Lama's name. That's in the Parampara Vajrayogini. And he was one of my first teachers, the reincarnation. But that's another story. Sharpa Rinpoche, Chinle. Yeah, he's old now, but anyway. So anyway, those are the three things that Buddha is perfect in. He got rid of bad qualities, perfect. He understands everything, perfect. And he does perfect things. Okay, his activities are perfect. Those are the three ways that the Buddha is perfect. This Buddha. Okay, and those three are going to be reflected in the root text. Here we go. Number one. I'm just gonna watch up on the screen if you want. He bangbad the mumba.
He destroyed the darkness.
He gave up, or he eliminated
Ignorance.
the darkness.
Of the obstacles.
What darkness?
The ones of the obstacles.
He lists two of them here, two different darknesses. Number one,
Oh,
nyomongs, negative emotions.
and the mental function obstacles.
And the seeds for the intentional.
Where a person is mongba means ignorant or doesn't understand.
Not misunderstanding.
He eliminated the negative emotions related to. Mongba can mean darkness, okay, dark state of mind, mental darkness, okay, confusion about shejakun.
All existing.
Yeah, about all existing things, okay? So he has perfect elimination. I'm just using a word, okay? Because, first of all, he eliminated all negative emotions related to not understanding everything in the universe. Okay? So momba means like you're just confused about it or don't know about it. Okay? You can almost translate that as ignorance.
That what?
That's almost ignorance
Oh.
in English. He also eliminated the darkness of obstacles, which are not related to which are not related to negative emotions.
Is it which are not held by people who've eliminated their
This chen means ish in English.
Oh.
Okay, kleshik,
Oh. Okay.
negative emotion-ish
Yeah.
things, anything to do with. And in the Abhidharma,
Where?
Nyomong ain't the same as Nyomong Chen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you can be. Is my physical body Nyomong?
It's Nyomon Chen.
Yeah, it's not Nyomong because it's not
mental.
mental. Nyomong means negative emotion. Geshe Michael's, my teacher called it tree bark skin. Geshe Michael's tree bark skin is not mental. It's not a negative emotion. But is it Nyomong Chen?
Yeah.
Is it involved with negative emotions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was produced by them.
It's a little bit cliche.
It was produced by them, and it produces them. Oh, my arm is so strong. I do so much yoga, So pride, So this is mental affliction-ish, but it's not a mental affliction. It doesn't think, like your text, right? My body doesn't think, but it was produced by mental afflictions, and it's creating mental afflictions. Then there's a debate, sorry. Is an arhat's body Nyomong Chen?
Yes.
Which school, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it creating negative emotions?
No.
Suppose somebody looks at that arhat and says, I hate him.
The school.
Yeah.
It's producing negative emotions. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way that arhat looks.
On other people.
Does the person who's saying that know that he's
Yeah,
an
in
arhat?
other person, just
Yeah.
because it can inspire a negative emotion in another person doesn't mean it's Nyomong Chen.
Yeah.
But there's a debate like that. See, it's doesn't have to be the case that a Buddha is not perfect if not everybody sees him as perfect. Okay, they can even try to kill him,
Right.
but that doesn't mean he's not Buddha. Okay, got it?
Yes.
He's kleshik, but not klesh. Okay, He doesn't have bad emotions, but there can be negative emotions going on around him, about him. Okay, that's an old debate. The first dilemmas, the Abhidharma starts with that debate.
So you would say that a Buddha is Nyomongche?
Well, that's a long story. Okay.
Geshe, doesn't the second part say the seeds to the obstacles?
No, it doesn't say that yet. Okay, but good question.
Okay.
So he's perfect in what he has gotten rid of, because first of all, he has gotten rid of the darkness. What darkness? Two kinds of darkness. What? Number one, he doesn't have negative emotions about all things, where he doesn't understand all things. And number two, he doesn't have those obstacles which are not related to negative emotions. So what's an example? What obstacles does a person have that are not negative emotions?
Obstacles to omniscience.
What?
Obstacles to omniscience.
Something that stops him from seeing what's happening in Shanghai 2,000 years ago on this day at this time. Okay, that's not like anger or pride or hatred. So it's not a negative emotion, but it is a deficiency, right? It's something that we would like to correct. We would like to be able to see all things in all times.
Is that the only one? After
Those are the classic ones. There's four of them.
4. Oh.
You're going to get to it. It's taught in the Abhidharma. Everything comes from the Abhidharma. You are translating. People are going to... The other people in this room are going to be quoting you all the time. Stanley said, the Abhidharma is Stanley said. Okay. So there are 4 ways of... there are 4 kinds of ignorance that are not related to negative emotions in the Abhidharma system.
Oh.
So he has gotten rid of that kind of darkness. Whether it's darkness about all the things that are happening in the universe, which is kind of related to negative emotions, or obstacles which are not related to negative emotions. He got rid of both kinds of darkness. Now, along with their seeds. Along with their seeds. But in Tibetan, you have to say seeds along, seeds with along. Yeah, okay, that's your answer, Master Word, Master Smith. Okay, so you don't say Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you don't say Buddhas along with Bodhisattvas in Tibetan or Sanskrit, you say Buddhas, Bodhisattvas with along. Okay, Dang Che. A, B, Dang Che. Means A along with B. Okay, so get used to it. So not only did he eliminate those darknesses, but also the seeds for them in his mind. Okay. Saban Chepa. For how long did he destroy them? Tene.
No.
Completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Entirely. And it implies also forever. Gatene here. Okay. Tene Chom. This is the Chom in Drachomba, which means Arhat. Enemy destroyer. He destroyed them completely. Okay. Entirely. Okay.
Is it past tense, the whole paragraph?
Yeah. And Bang, he eliminated them. Destroyed and eliminated, which is kind of like overkill, right? He destroyed them and he eliminated them. Okay.
Is this related to the seed being nascent?
Could be, yeah. But Abhidharma it's its whole system. It's a coherent system. It's deep. It's complicated, complex, and it has many unique vocabulary words. So his words are going to be different from your words. Okay? That's why I wanted to do one book from each school. Because if we survive this year, you will learn the basic vocabulary of all 5 schools, which is very cool. Okay. And Abhidharma vocabulary is very unique. If you haven't been trained in Abhidharma, you cannot read an Abhidharma book. Even if you're a Geshe, you can't read an Abhidharma book. It's just too weird. Okay. All right, here we go. So he has, now just to read the whole thing, he has 3 kinds of perfection. He's perfect in what he's gotten rid of, because he has destroyed and gotten rid of forever the darknesses, two of them. Number one, of negative emotions, where he is ignorant about all things in the universe, and he has eliminated those obstacles which are not related to negative emotions in their entirety, along with okay, that's his first principle. Let's go look at the root text. Where is it? What did we just finish?
Second and 3 line.
The darkness of all.
Yeah, good.
Commandment.
Who has completely destroyed the darkness of all things.
Yeah.
Potential.
Okay, now let me show you something. Okay, and this is gonna make your life worse, as if nothing could.
Man, you got a cool book, Stanley.
He has achieved perfection in getting rid of things because he has destroyed and rid himself. This computer is so of the darkness of negative emotions, where a person is ignorant about all the objects in the universe, and he has done so as well with obstacles that are not related to to negative emotions. In their entirety. Okay, just say that you translate it this way. Why did I buy? And I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to. No, I'm not saying you have to. Probably as a beginning translator, you should just divide and conquer. Okay, he's destroyed this, and he's destroyed this. Okay, make it simple. Why did I write this out? And why did I write that out? Now we're ready for a new principle. Now we're ready for a major translator principle. It is considered super cool for an ancient thinker to weave into his explanation the words of the original book. He'll just very sexy. You know, if the song says, all you need is love, the old Beatles song. And he's writing a commentary, he will say, of all the things in the world, you know, love is the very most important thing that all people need. All need love. All need is love. He'll hide the root text in his explanation. So as a translator, good luck. First you have to translate the verse, and then you have to mark with italics where he's weaving. Okay, here we go.
Or you did bold in the past.
Yes?
There's been a request for you to put the mic on your tie or somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't hear it.
Oh, I don't even know where it is. Sorry. How did they request it? Hello?
Just in this drawer.
电池
Oh.
Sorry, it's my job.
Okay. Okay, so if it's me and I'm working on this, I'll go back to the verse, I'll block out the lines that relate to this, and I'll put them down here, temporarily. Okay? Now, the I bow down hasn't come yet. Okay? The I bow down hasn't come yet. the entirety in their entirety
Completely.
is completely. Now, you're going to have to change one or the other.
I'll change the comment.
And I agree with Stanley. I'll put it up here. Okay? And now I have to do this. Okay?
Though if you mentioned earlier to Stanley that he was going to put the other in bold, then is it better to do it in bold?
I would put the root text in bold, in bold, but then to me it's too distracting to put it in the middle of a sentence. I would just do italics. And this is a standard for commentaries in the Chicago Manual style or something. They'll do it this way. Like if you're talking about a speech that Trump gave and you just want to point out a couple stupid words, you'll say, he proposes that he wants to build a ridiculous wall. See, like that, and you will italicize his words in, has completely destroyed the darkness where? Over all things.
Oh, the object of
Yeah. Now you have to change this to things, you see. I'm just saying your life is going to get harder now. Stanley, for example, and Word. And who else? Not you guys. Not you, because his whole commentary is to 2 lines.
That's cool.
Tenjing Jawa Jungluk Dang Lumin Jungla Topache. His whole commentary is on those 2 lines. 200 pages of commentary on 2 lines. You don't have to worry where to put the 2 lines. Okay? He doesn't have to worry because they split his book up a long, long time ago. Dharmakirti's book got chopped up a long time ago. Probably Jensen Kappa will weave his own root text into his own commentary. Let's see. You don't have to worry because he's not commentating on another text. You do have to worry because definitely Gyaltsab J is going to weave Nagarjuna into his text just because he wants to show off. Okay? And by the way, the result of that weaving is that in Tibetan, it sounds a little forced sometimes. It doesn't flow exactly right. You could tell there's a little bumps in the sentence. And you're like, why is this doesn't flow? And then you realize, he's trying to get all the words in. You see, he's like pushing things to get words in, and it doesn't quite flow. So to be honest, if the English doesn't quite flow, it's almost more honest. Because oftentimes the Tibetan is artificially he's trying to get all the words in there, and it's not something a Tibetan would say. You see? So there you go.
3 minutes.
This slows your whole translation down by about 50%. You translate the root text, translate the commentary, and then you have to make choices. Do you go back and change your root text, or do you change the commentary? Because you have to weave in his own words. Do you take out in its entirety, or do you put it in its entirety instead of completely in the root text? Because they're going to have to match. They're going to have to match up. And this is hard. This is really hard. And somebody like Tsongkhapa will do it all the time. And it slows you down like, I'd say almost 100%. It's going to slow you down considerably, okay?
Better to be aware of it as we go.
Well, we just had a big deal just now. And now you can appreciate how difficult it was to translate 20,000 pages of Tibetan, because a lot of it was weaving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, he's trying to get that verse in here. I got to go back and change everything, And then, and you make compromises, frankly. There's times when he will change a verb tense, or he'll say it slightly differently, and then you have to do that.
I was watching that in some of your transitions. Sometimes you'll italicize it even with a tense change, right? Or little things like that.
And you have to get so sensitive that you can see when he puts a different word that he meant to be the word in the root text.
Yeah.
Okay? He might have said here completely, but entirely, but he meant it, but he had all the other words in there, so he must have meant that word to be that word, so I still italicize it.
Yeah.
And then I assume the reader is intelligent enough to say, Oh, the commentator used a different word for the same word. Okay. Boy, this gets... But the exercise is very good for your Tibetan. And you will learn the root text by heart. You know, you'll be so sick of the root text. Oh man, he's got that in there again, you know. But the result is you will learn the root text very well. Okay? And I think I can say that you already feel how powerful a DCI teacher you can become if you are also a translator. I think you already feel that. You know, if you can, if some guy come up to you and say blah blah blah, and you say, "Come on, Abhidharma Kosha, 3rd chapter, line 4," you know, and they're like, "Whoa, okay, he's got that gun called Abhidharma Kosha. I'm not messed with Stanley," you know. Okay, you can already see what a beautiful teacher you'll be, because I'll tell you something. Because the Buddha is omniscient. Because the Buddha sees all future things, Buddha saw you learning Abhidharma today. And he's going to design the next person in your DCI class to say something that you can use this line. I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding. If Buddha is omniscient, if Buddha really can see all future things, he saw Stanley studying Abhidharma this day. And he spoke it so that Vasubandhu could write it, so that Choni Lama could comment on it, so Stanley could translate it, so he could answer his next person he meets in a DCI class. And that's not something the Buddha cannot do. He's always doing that. Everything, you're like, wow, the person just asked a question, that's exactly what I translated today. And then you're like, da 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 da, and you're like, whew, I'm so lucky I was translating to that day. You're not lucky, Buddha designed it that way. Which also means you're lucky. Okay, but Buddha wrote this book for you to teach it at a DCI course in Shenzhen next November. Okay, and don't think he can't do that. Don't think he doesn't do that, because he does it all the time. You know, he meant it that way. He wanted you to do that. Okay, cool. Okay, we gotta go on.
Sun's turn.
Okay, hot seat. Den Sapo. Kuki Joshing Meto Tam Rira Lingshi Nimbe Dempadi Sangye Shingdu Mikde Uwagi Jokun Namda Shingla Chuparsho Irang Guru Ratna Mandala Kanyatayami Di Keoka Sanam Yeshe Tsotsok Shing Sanam Yeshe Lechung Wei Tambar Kuni Topar Sho. All right then.